I can think of only one thing that could lift my spirits right now. Beer.
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 Beer. Beer. Beer.
This is Drink of Ages on ESPN 97.5.
The only show dedicated to craft beer, spirits, and music.
Here's your host and luminary, John Denman.
All right, welcome to this week's episode of Drink of Ages radio show on ESPN 97.5. I am John Denman.
I'm Tom Painter. I'm back.
And he's back. He's back. As a matter of fact, yeah, you are back. Last week was kind of funny. We won't talk about it.
It's a whole
but
Cinco de Mayo thing.
Cinco de Mayo really, yeah, we had a good time. You missed a fun show. Photon Mechanics killed it. Yeah, man, it was.
I watched it on YouTube. I wish I was here. It looks like beers were being had, and Brock had stories to tell. Apparently about a love of margaritas and margarita trucks running around his neighborhood. It was a good watch and a good listen. If you haven't listened or watched to it, go hit up the channel.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Drink of Ages.
Exactly.
Watch some of the videos that actually see what we're doing and what we're drinking. Which, honestly, this is probably the first time we started a show without a full beer.
That's a problem, John.
It is. Let me introduce everybody tonight. Our music guest is the Journey Agents. If you guys are ready for some good baby-making funk music, man, just get ready. Stay tuned because it's going to happen. And from Baa Baa Brewhouse, Marcus Wunderle.
Cheers, guys. Pleasure to be back.
Good to have you on, man. We've talked a few times. We got some things in the works. Excited about. We can talk later in the show. But might be the first time in segment one that we're like, hey, Marcus, what did you bring with you? Because I honestly could use a beer now.
That's a good thing because, John, I brought a cooler of beer. So I think, I'm about done too. So you know what? Bottoms up, man.
I kind of feel like we should have just went to the bar and got another pint before we started. But you do have an ice chest full of beer.
This will work out.
What are you thinking? Pull a few out and see what's up?
Let's do it. So Baa Baa Brewhouse, located just on the west side of Houston. You stop by No Label, have a few pints, then you go by Baa Baa, have some more pints, and then you spend the night somewhere in Brookshire.
There's some nice hotels out in Brookshire. Brand spanking new Holiday Inn. You'll wake up feeling refreshed and smart.
It's a good place to be.
It's good.
So what did you bring with you?
So we brought a number of beers. So these are the releases from last weekend. I think we brought 1, 2, 3, 4 16-ounce cans and one crowler. So a couple of fruited beers, number of fruited beers, and one hazy IPA. So really depends where you guys want to start.
Well, we were at the hazy IPA. What were we drinking?
That was straight out of Brookshire.
Straight out of Brookshire.
I felt it was very appropriate. You know, we don't have many kegs downtown, so we figured, hey, straight out of Brookshire, we mean it, and that's where it came from. We're proud of it. So.
Yeah, that one. We're here at House of Blues and went over when I saw him tap it. I was like, yeah, let me get a pint. And the first pint went down way too easy. Then the second pint kind of went down a little easier. And then you showed up, so the third pint went down.
Oh.
And then the
I didn't
band
realize
showed
you were
up.
so deep.
The fourth pint went down. And I was like, man, we really need to get the show started.
That's good. Easy drinker, man. It's 6.9% hazy IPA, Citric Galaxy,
all day,
and Idaho.
sessionable,
All day.
and whatever sessionable
All day.
is anymore.
So it's quite sessionable for the style, actually.
Well, John, we have a flight in 12 hours, so
we have a flight in less than 12 hours, but which means, we probably won't be sober until we land in Maui. That's
preview of next week's show. Let's
crack
what
open the
beers?
next hazy. Let's
Next
go.
hazy?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. DDH Bo Peep. This is, again, 6.9% hazy all Citra.
Citra is a hop, absolutely used a lot for.
Do the honors, sir?
I sure will. It just puts such a good flavor in hazy IPAs. Has anyone really brewed like a Hefeweizen or something using Citra?
Not that I know of. I wouldn't put it past anyone to do something like that, but could be weird.
I know. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Hefeweizen beers, but yeah,
You
the
don't say.
bananas.
Cheers,
But,
boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But yeah, it's such a great hop to add. I mean, IPAs, of course. You know, the hazy IPAs is probably one that's used the
That's
most.
delicious.
But I don't know. Is it really used in any other pale ale? Some, but outside of that,
You know, we use it for basically any IPA recipe. So whether it's we don't do many West Coast IPAs, but it's happens from time to time. Happened today actually in the brewery, and I think we have one coming up. But yeah,
we have a really good West
IP
Coast IPA coming up.
IPAs. I've seen frequent, or I guess not frequent, but more recent use of Citra and some hoppy lagers, which is kind of cool. I like where that's going.
One thing that I saw the other day that I actually sent it to the guys over at Smell Tap was the hop teas. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Delicious.
They're
I've
awesome.
never had any.
They're amazing. They're very, very good. Very good. And if you're thinking about drinking something that doesn't have alcohol in it, it doesn't taste like beer, but it kind of drinks like beer. So they're quite nice.
Well, I mean, you guys did a seltzer. I haven't tried it yet. Kind of wish you would have brought some because, yeah, I can understand why people like the seltzers.
We brewed one yesterday, actually, so another one be out in a couple weeks. So it's just about a 5% cherry seltzer. The previous one was a 4% blueberry seltzer, and it was to die for, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, No Label, you have a seltzer.
We have 3 seltzers on tap.
Yeah?
Yeah. They, I mean, they're easy to make. People love to drink them. We have no plans at the moment to package them and put them in stores. But they exist in the tap room, and our brewers are having fun with it. They're kind of leaning to the higher ABV side of it, 5.9%.
It's kind of a hard style for a smaller brewery to conquer because there's a lot of things that happen in seltzer production that are not easy to tackle when you go to put them in cans. For instance, like the carbonation level is super high in seltzers, which how the hell do you put that in a can? I don't know. So we keep it kind of low. Or some of the off flavors you get with just a normal seltzer fermentation. How do you do that without massive filtration systems? It's difficult. So it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of tank space. So for as cool and as easy and as cheap they are to make, the tank space doesn't really make up for that.
Well, you guys are like kind of hit your limit, right? We were just talking about it. It's like you can't brew enough beer fast enough, right? So where do you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, Baa Baa, you guys, you're out in Brookshire in kind of a little warehouse area, and kind of a nice brew house, but you started off a little small, and now all of a sudden you still have lines out the door for people. Every beer you make is selling out. So it's like, man, what do you do next?
Well, we make more beer, and to do that, we lease more space. So currently, we're in a 1,500 square foot warehouse that is 60% full of tanks. So our tap room is now extremely tiny.
Outside?
Indoors, we can put about 35 people comfortably, and by comfortably, I mean you're jammed in there pretty good. We've just leased the building next door to us, so we can add more tanks. So we've got a couple new 30 barrels coming. We're working on putting a new walk-in cooler in. A lot of our tanks that are currently in what used to be the tap room are going to move to that space, and then eventually we add a canning line, and it becomes a production space versus a warehouse.
Fantastic.
And then where do we go from there? Because that space is already planned out, and that space effectively is gone already. So where do we go now? There's only 4 buildings out there.
Well, as soon as you build it, you're going to brew it, and then you'll be at capacity again.
Sure. I mean, there are some great pictures heading our way, though, of tanks going off trucks, which I'm always very excited to see.
That's great.
He'll put them in, and then they'll be like, all right, ran out of space.
Yeah, no. For the space is conceptually already full, so this is an issue. Because in my mind, it's already full, and we've already moved to the next building, which we don't even have a lease on yet. So where do we go? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. We just keep making more beer.
Well, 5 years into it, you guys just celebrated your 5-year anniversary. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, correct.
5 years of selling out. I mean, it just when you guys came out on the market, it was like a hurricane. Baa Baa Brewhouse, and I saw that like not just in like Houston markets, but you saw like people talking about it in social media and other like Dallas and San Antonio and all the way up in like St. Louis and different areas. People started trading your beers like crazy.
It's still happening, and we appreciate all the enthusiasm behind the product, because the amount of time and effort we put into that place, if we weren't getting that enthusiasm out of customers and out of different cities and out of people who follow us, it would be rather disappointing, to be honest with you, because I mean, I'm out there, I'm talking minimum 72 hours a week, just me, and there's 3 of us out there. One guy does 40 to 50 hours. I do what I do. My wife does what she does, and that's the crew. Now there's a taproom crew, and there's a canning day crew, and there's all these other things, but they're all volunteers / temporary or part-time employees, if you will. But there's 3 of us who are out there busting our ass day in, day out, and I don't really think we could work any harder. So if we didn't have those things happening in other markets or in our market, we would be disappointed. So to have a good product and to have the enthusiasm and to see the effort that goes into what we do, it's somewhat of a rewarding process, especially after 5 years.
Yeah, it definitely makes you want to make more.
Correct. At this point, if we quit, it's because we choose to quit, not because people want us to. And that'd be a poor decision, so we're just gonna not.
Oh man, don't quit! Don't
No,
quit
hell
these
no.
beers. They're way too good.
Hell no, we're gonna keep going.
I mean this one right here. I mean, I said
down
it's
easy.
all Citra.
Yeah.
This is like a lawnmower beer. If you want to mow like this, in waves, and all of a sudden you look and you walk outside and the lawn says, "I did it," or it just you carve words and stuff. I mean, it's really good, man.
No, thank you. Appreciate that.
And it's gone.
Yep. Well, there's a little bit more in this can.
Oh, fantastic.
If you want to.
There's another can if you really want one. I have more.
Who comes up with the labels and the art? Because I'm looking at it right now. Not much. Just chilling with my poops. It's like 2 sheep hanging around. Bo peep.
So honestly, my wife Kinga is the creative genius behind all of our label artwork. She is spectacular, and she does a lot of work, and she spends so many hours on every single label. And as you guys know, maybe some people don't know, but every label that we put out is unique. So there's labels on the table here that are unique. They'll never be seen again by the public, ever. This is like everything is a one-off. We do 10 a month. So the amount of time she spends it's insane. It's remarkable. And the labels are they're top-notch.
Well, I mean, she's doing that. I mean, you guys have 3 kids, and you're doing the brewing. She used to deliver all the beers to the pub.
She used to. Yeah, she used to.
It was just
In her personal vehicle, by the way.
in her personal an FJ.
And the
So
FJ.
we used to have FJ cruiser talks.
That's right.
So it is definitely a family business, and one that if you've never been out there, just you guys are open the weekends. Stop by and check it out. Let's take a break. Let's get a pint. Well, actually, we don't even know if we need pints, man. We have all these cans in front of us. But better yet, let's listen to some Journey Agents. Let's do that. And this is Drink of Ages on ESPN 97.5 here at House of Blues, Houston. We will be back.
on my left. It's peppermint bliss, yeah. I can't wait to see you in my eyes. I can't wait to kiss your body, so am I. Tonight's the night we got to let it go. Inhibitions, you can check them at the door. We're backing up the main line, baby. We take the breeze, if I get to you. We're backing up the main line, baby. Come on. Let your mind go. It's the little things you do, keep me coming back to you. I like the way your body sway when you hear that funky music start to play. My head is bugging, I'm not breathing right. Just thinking about the things we gonna do to you tonight. So, take my hand, let me in your mind. We're gonna take you on a funky ride. We're backing up the main line, baby. We take the breeze. If I get to you, backing up the main line, baby, come on. Let your soul be free. You know what I mean, people? You just might like that. You got to let your soul be free. Funky drummer.
Hey, this is Shane with New Magnolia Brewing Company. We're a family-owned and operated brewery located at 1616 Bettis Street in the historic Houston Heights. Neighborhood brew pub serving up a high-rotation, high-variety of finely crafted beers, everything from an award-winning American Light Lager, IPA, funky sours, and European classics like our award-winning Father Bernard's Grodzinski, a 400-year-old Polish smoked wheat ale. Join us this Saturday, May 8th, from 12 to 7 for Crawfish. We're also open Sunday from 12 to 7 for Mother's Day, so bring her on in and make her feel special. Ready to join the New Magnolia Bike and Run Club? Both launch weekly from the brewery. Check Instagram and Facebook for details. Tap room open 7 days a week, plenty of parking, 2 very expansive outdoor seating areas, spacious, indoor tap room, family and dog friendly. Cheers. We hope to see you soon.
Weekends are a great time to check out Megaton Brewing in Kingwood. Jared, Chris, and the gang have created a badass place to kick back and enjoy a few beers. Big stouts, approachable sours, and plenty of hoppy brews are on tap at Megaton. Lots of space to hold your birthday party, corporate outing, or any event in one of the most unique tap rooms in the Houston area. Check them out on social media for their concert and event schedule. Megaton Brewery. Hope to see everyone at the vault. Key T Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. Key T Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. Stop in and tell them that you heard it on Drink of Ages and get a free B12 shot. KeyTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KeyTWellness.com. Enjoying tonight's show? Have a vision you need to make a reality? Reach out to Hell and High Water Productions. I did. Jason and the crew produce each Drink of Ages YouTube show. Corporate events, concerts, commercials, live streams, they have the skill and technology to make it happen. Come Hell and High Water, they are here to serve you. Give them a call at 832-356-9701. Special announcement from Platypus Brewery. F off, mate. The latest taproom release is an American Hefeweizen that is chalky in appearance, generously dry hopped, imparting citrus and stone fruit flavors in a light and refreshing beer. Very easy on the palate. Also hitting the taproom at Platypus is Rough End of the Pineapple, a pineapple jalapeno sour. It sounds crazy, but it works very well, especially when you pair it with the chicken wings. Food specials all week long, including Chicken Parmy Tuesdays, Surf and Turf Wednesdays, Texas Barbecue Thursdays, and Fish and Chips Fridays. PlatypusBrewing.com, open Tuesdays through Sunday. Have an event in mind and looking for a place that is fun and beer is involved? Host your next event at a brewery. At Spindletap, they have full venue rental and partial rental options that are perfect for company events, birthday parties, weddings, receptions, and more. Host a memorable event at a venue that offers a fun atmosphere and many amenities. Email info@spindletap.com or call 713-325-1477 to get more details. All right, welcome back to Drink of Ages Radio. Here live from House of Blues, Houston. We're hanging out at the restaurant. I'm John Dimon, Tom Painter. DJ Muskratch back there. You just got finished listening to some badass music from the Journey Agents. And our guest this week, Marcus Wunderle from Baa Baa Brewhouse.
What's up, what's up?
It's like Drink of Ages mantra. It's like truly badass music and truly badass beer together at last again.
It's like a lightning bolt just shot out of House of Blues or something.
Yes, right into your beehole.
On that note, I think it's time to open up another beer.
Yes.
So what's up, Marcus?
All right, so we went through Hazy's last segment. Let's jump into the heart and soul of Baa Baa Brew. So maybe new to you guys, but not new to us, is like all these crazy-ass fruited beers. Where do we start? There's so many. There's 4 on the table. Let's start with the Crowler.
I think we start with the Crowler.
Yeah, I think so too. This guy is I'm not even sure how to describe these. So if people are not familiar with these, I don't really know how to describe them. These beers are completely out of style for anything the normal beer drinker would ever even consider to be beer. They are out there, style-wise, off the charts, flavor-wise, out of control, thickness, like you can't even measure it.
They are smoothie beers.
They're insane. They're literally smoothie beers. So this
Yes.
one in particular, this is a Crowler, and this is a dragon fruit and lychee. So it's hard to explain. Let's just crack it and see what's
Let's just
up.
crack it.
Yeah.
Crack it open and see what happens. It's a good plan. I mean, yeah, it's a 32-ounce Growler.
This is a 750. These are a little bit smaller.
750.
I think I just made a little mess for you guys. I'm sorry about that. So let's get. You'll see. So let's just pour this guy. Oh baby, she is thick. Now these clock in about 5.5 to 7% alcohol, depends on the fruit blend. But these babies are thick, and there's lots
you.
of cool stuff in them.
It's good because I'm getting kind of hungry. So a little smoothie.
I ordered some
Exactly.
wings, John.
So I can tell you what I get right up front on this is that flavor you're getting to me is the lychee. And if you're not sure what lychee is, you got to look it up. But it's a very unique little fruit, and it has a lot of flavor. It's very sweet. It's very unique.
It makes really good ice cream.
Yeah, and not many people actually had it. So many people, I'd say 99% of people, have never even heard of it, let alone know what it tastes like. So this is kind of what it tastes like.
A big smoothie, like you said, it's thick.
It's smoothie.
So, the big, light, clean, crisp taste of whatever that beer is. Nope, this is not it. This is a fruit blast, almost like you just pulled it out of your blender.
Yeah, exactly. So it does have alcohol, and there is beer in there, I promise, but it is super thick. I mean, this one in particular, this is so the Crowlers are like our testing ground. So we go from like concept to Crowler and then to can. So this is testing ground, and this one will be going in the cans pretty soon because it's fire. We're very happy with this. If you don't like lychee, I'm sorry. You're not going to like this at all. You're going to hate it. But if you like lychee or even think you might, then you're going to dig on this.
No, it's just, it is really good. And like I said, it's kind of hard to describe what it is because the sweetness of the fruit is not overwhelming. It's not like a super sweet, like some of the big smoothies that, it's just like almost a sugar coma when you're done, right? This one's just a nice sweetness, very easy to drink, and
John,
it almost feels like breakfast.
So this is where we found success, and thank you for pointing those things out, but this is where we found success is we found it in making a super tart beer, blending it with really sweet fruit, and then finding a really nice complementary balance in the middle.
It would be
and then
good.
putting it in cans, because putting it in cans is like the whole new set of challenges.
Just a little rum topper would be, it would not be bad.
Not recommending that, but it's delicious. We do it at home quite often, so if you want to, I mean, it's up to you.
Well, I mean, with all the spirits, people drink those straight. People do a lot of different stuff with whiskeys and everything, and tequila,
Take a
of
barrel
course.
of beer and throw in some bourbon. A little shot here, shot there.
Exactly.
Get that heat up.
It works out well, and so.
Yeah, I can definitely see the rum or vodka being added to this, because this is like it's like a beer daiquiri.
It's pretty much what it is.
It's delicious, and like so many great beers, deliciously dangerous.
We've seen some people throw these in the freezer, and I definitely do not recommend this. However, we've seen people do it, and they pour out, and it's pretty cool. And I bet you it's awesome. Do not put your cans in the freezer, but if you do, be super careful, like really careful. But the product is amazing. Maybe blend it, put it in the blender with some ice. It's a better idea.
Just put it in a margarita machine.
That would work
Yeah.
too. If you have one of those, do that. That's way better than putting it in the freezer. But
Add some
we were
rum.
freaked out when we saw people put these in the freezer for the first time, and they do it. It's all over the country. It's all over the world. People freeze cans, and it's not a good thing. But the outcome, if you do it right and you're safe about it, the outcome is amazing. It's a very risky proposition.
Well, I mean, the whole this type of beer is kind of risky, anyways, in cans.
Oh yeah.
You have a lot. You're with dealing with all the fruit, dealing with fermentation and everything else that still happens. You want people to kind of keep them cool. Don't let them sit out in the sun or get warm in your car because it could kick off fermentation once again. I mean, all these things happen.
We've been pretty good at managing that risk, I'll be honest with you. We've found a few things we do to these beers to keep them kind of as safe as possible. I mean, still you want to keep all beer cold, if I'm being honest. If you want to keep all your beer cold, it's best when kept cold. However, it's especially important to keep these very cold. It's pretty rare we see them explode. It's pretty rare when we see them actually do anything out of what you've just seen here. This Crowler's 2 weeks old. and it's pouring just fine. So, you know,
Well, I don't know how well it's pouring because I'm out.
well, we take a lot of steps. What's drinking will, I see that. We take a lot of steps to keep these beers stable in the cans. I know a lot of breweries out there do the same thing. It's not easy, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? Isn't that the common phrase?
You know, I feel like I'm doing something healthy.
It does. It
Yes.
feels like I'm at like a Smoothie King.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, give me one of those.
Give me another one of those.
Yeah, this is great for dance class or whatever people do who go to Smoothie King.
And then the problem is you think that, and then you shotgun a 750, and you're like wasted, because like I said, there is alcohol in this. This is still, although it's super smooth and super thick, it's still stronger than most beers on the market.
I mean, I believe you, but
But no, it's crazy, but people don't realize that, and it's quite nuts to think that going to your local grocery store and picking up a beer that's like 4.8%, this is like all the fruit you'd ever want in your life, and a lot more alcohol than that.
This is a good way to wake up in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
just,
it's a hard style, at least with this beer specifically, to kind of measure how do you pace yourself, because it tastes delicious, right? But usually, like a beer has a little bit of there's a resistance factor. Your hairs take a little.
Eventually, also your body's like, "Hey, hold on a second."
Right. And here, your body is like, "Oh no, give us more. Order a second one."
Yeah.
we got stuff to do. Finish it.
I feel like there's vitamins in this.
You need a safety car out there to kind of like pace you to follow. It's a safe place, guides you through life, guides you through beer drinking.
Where was that? Most of my life. This is really good, and I've had a lot of smoothie beers and things like that, and like you said, a lot of them come across really tart or really sweet.
Yep.
This one is very balanced.
Nice.
No,
So
it's delicious.
Honestly, so this is like 2/3 of our production right now. So this is what we do. We've decided to specialize in fruited sours, smoothie beers, smoothie this, whatever you want to call it. We call them fruity sours. We're happy there because it is a sour base. We do actually sour this beer with lactobacillus bacteria. We kettle sour, and it's not a traditional method of souring, but it is soured with bacteria, so it is actually a sour product. And then we blend it with all this amazing fruit at different stages through the process to come up with this product that we somehow put in cans and then sell all over the world.
I think
This
we
is
need
good.
to.
This is like when heavy drinkers discover vodka for the first time. Because, like,
Well, I don't know what you want to call us right now, but I think we fill it up about here. The next break, we go to the bar and we try that rum theory out and see what happens.
Why don't we just set this to the front and we'll just
John, remember, we have a flight tomorrow in less than 12 hours.
we can save that for later. There's 3 other cans, so
That is true.
now with these beers, I have to say I would recommend. There's a lot of residual goodness on that glass. I would recommend possibly like rinsing or maybe even replacing glassware before we go to another brand, because otherwise you're going to taste, lychee is such a strong flavor. We might have issues with like flavor carryover.
So if you rinsed the glass out with the beer we're about to drink, does that work?
Man, you're a genius, my friend.
I've done this a couple times.
Who is this guy? He's a genius. Tell you what, let's jump into another. You guys, this is another heavy hitter. So this is a collaboration with a brewery in Avon, New York called Mortalis. They're massively popular and extremely successful in the fruit game right now. This collab came out last week. This guy is multi-berry cheesecake. So it's got some strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, boysenberries, blah. Anything that says berry on the end, it's in there.
It's in there.
And then cheesecake to balance that all out. No, there's no lactose in there. There's nothing milk-based. It's all cheesecake.
To the mic,
it's all
John.
fruit.
To the mic.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Muskratch is over there going, quit hitting the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm rinsing out my glass. with a full pour.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a pretty sweet little label on here.
So this is actually a kind of a, even the label on this is a collab. So we did this label with a buddy of ours called, his name is Seth. He was at Hop Killers. He works at a brewery in Orlando called Ellipsis. But he also does glassware and does all kinds of cool stuff.
I don't want to drink this. The nose is fantastic.
That's like looking at it in the glass. This is, I don't know. It's like you said, it's berries and cheesecake on the end.
I forgot to mention there's coffee in there as well. So it's coffee cheesecake blended with all those berries. So that nose you're getting is probably a little bit of coffee, a little bit of cheesecake, a little bit of graham cracker, a little bit of vanilla, maybe some marshmallow, maybe some fruit. Really depends.
This label is fantastic. It's like some sort of sheep bat shooting a rainbow out of its beehole. Or it's either, I don't know what's happening here, but I like it.
So the cool thing is the guys at Mortalis, they did a sister beer to this, and we released it on the same day. And they did a darker berry, like blueberry, blackberry. I think it was blueberry, blackberry, raspberry cheesecake.
Oh, man.
But
that
the
is so
cheesecake
good.
there is like legit, I think.
Yeah, to get that flavor, the berries on the front and ends with that subtle sweetness from the cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's take a break because, I don't know, I think we need to listen to some music.
And blend this with some vodka. Don't forget, let's
go get some rum from the bar.
Oh yeah, rum.
Yeah,
That's right. Sorry, rum.
Let's do that. All right, let's listen to some more Journey Agents. This is Drink of Ages radio show here on ESPN 97.5. We'll be right back.
Back out. Can you dig it now? We came over that boogie back out. You know that I want to give you all the world. What's up tonight? Gonna be tonight, yeah. Cause I know that if I have you by my side, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright too. You know that I want to give you all the world. What's up tonight? Gonna be tonight too. Gave the breeze that boogie back out. Can you dig it now? We gave the breeze that boogie back out. Can you dig it now? We gave the breeze that boogie back out. Can you dig it now? weekend the thrill of boogie back. Yeah. You know that I want to give you all the world. What's up tonight? Or can it be tonight, yeah? Cause I know that if I have you by my side, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, yeah. Y'all know that the JX always comes along. Ha. What's up tonight? Or can we funk tonight, though?
Hi, this is Casey from Your Cat's Brewing Company. We're going to take a break from John talking to you about beer for me to talk to you about beer. It's pretty much the same, except my beer isn't nearly as awesome. Here at Your Cat's Brewing Company, we've been making interesting and approachable craft beer right here in Houston since 2016. That means we're basically old enough to drink in dog years. Brewing up everything from crisp and refreshing Buffalo Bunny Cream Ale to hoppy and tropical mini box IPA, and brand new Un Poquito Mas. Our summer seasonal is a German-style Kolsch brewed with a ton of lime puree and pink Himalayan sea salt. It's a perfect beer for sweating uncontrollably. Look for it all over Houston. Cheers.
You may have noticed there have been quite a few changes at No Label, and they are steadily pumping out tasty brews. With their new head brewer, Trailer, bringing in his West Coast brewing skills, taps have been flowing with lots of hoppy deliciousness like Cali Boy West Coast IPA. I'm real excited about what they're doing on the west side. Tap room is open 7 days a week, very family and dog friendly. Make the short trip to Katy and see what is happening at No Label. Follow them on social media for events and beer releases. No Label Brewing Company. Fresh off the canning line at True Anomaly is Go Flight with 4-packs available now. This is a hazy IPA through and through with loads of soft and juicy tropical fruit flavors contributed from the Mosaic, Citra, and Galaxy hops. If you're heading out to watch the Astros, Rockets, or Dynamo, stop by for a beer before the game. True Anomaly is walking distance from all the stadiums. Don't have a ticket? Come and watch the games in the tap room. Trivia every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. and DJ Cherry Like Bounce is there Thursdays to help bring in the weekend and get the new beer pouring strong. You can book the barrel room at True Anomaly for your next special event. They can also accommodate business meetings and happy hours. Check out their website for a booking link, trueanomalybrewing.com. Valentin's Brewery is a small but growing family-owned nano brewery in Pearland, Texas, making award-winning beers in all different styles. Always something new to try on tap. Bring the family and the dogs while enjoying the spacious backyard while the new tap room is being built. If you're into the sour stuff, Valentin's is releasing 2 Berliners, a pear and an apple. These beers are like adult Gatorades. Make the short drive to Valentin's and try some award-winning, very tasty brews. Valentins.com, VALLENSONS.com.
Hey, this is Blake Harris, the general manager at Rudyard's British Pub. Just want to invite you guys out to our Thursday night steak and pint night. It's $25 for a 16-ounce New York strip, party potatoes, Caesar salad, and a free pint. As well, starting at 7 o'clock, we've got $4 pints all night long. Right now, we're doing about 20 on draft, and in the near future, we will be increasing that number. So come check us out. We're at 2010 Wall Drive in Montrose.
This is Drink of Ages radio show here at House of Blues on ESPN Radio 97.5. Tom Painter, John Denman, DJ Muskrat back there spinning some music. Marcus Wunderle, our guest from Baa Baa Brewhouse. Our music guest this week, the Journey Agents. If you've never
jamming,
man, this is the first time you ever heard them. Yeah, you're driving your car, you're listening to the show, and you're like, man, that music's pumping. Then look up the Journey Agents online, find all their music, go to their shows. you're going to have a good time. You might have like a baby 9 months later.
Absolutely. Or it might be a good time to pull over and smoke whatever it is you smoke and just zone out for a few hours.
Just enjoy some Journey agents.
Exactly. What did I say?
That's what you said. I'm pretty sure it's what you said.
Marcus, Baa Baa Brewhouse. You're 5 years into it.
5 years.
5 years, which is crazy because we met shortly after you opened, and it doesn't. Well, first of all, time is irrelevant. None of it seems like it. It has been 5 years since I've known you, but
the last year didn't count, so it was kind of it counted less or counted more. You know, however you want to put it.
Yeah, I mean, we had a conversation during the break about the first time I was on Drink of Ages radio at Drink of Ages Pub, and whoa, it was epic.
It was a great show, you know, but
I don't remember actually. Yeah, I'm sure it was awesome. I listened to it, and I'm not sure who was on the show.
Who was talking?
But I don't remember actually
that
being
sounds like
there.
most of my shows. Yeah, no, that was a fun night. Yeah, back in the pub days when we were doing the show, things would get a little out of hand at times, and you know, hey, we're starting at 8 o'clock.
Well, you always had the option to sleep in like your office / closet / maintenance hub or
whatever it was.
As long as the shark in the bathroom didn't eat you.
The shark in the bathroom was there.
Yeah, we should do a whole Drink of Ages special one day just on, because there are wild things that happen in that pub, from yoga classes to John's got an idea about cereal and breakfast beers, breakfast events.
No, we really don't want to do that show about the crazy things that went on at Drink of Ages, because I probably would not get another liquor license if that's the case.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And there's probably, I don't know. I'm just going to quit talking before I get myself in trouble.
But Baa Baa turning 5 is like, it wasn't so long ago that any brewery turning a number was like a thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, there's so many, like, when I was at Spindle Tap turning 4 a year ago, I was like, whoa, look at that. That's kind of amazing. And then it's all these breweries are achieving all these milestones, especially right now, because the past year has been, hurdles abound.
It's been a bit different. The thing for us, like hitting 5 years for us is quite an achievement, considering the first 3 years, like I was working full time, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the city in like a normal desk job, and then doing normal brewery job after work. So the first 3 years were a complete, like, I don't know what you want to call it. It was messed up. It was 20-hour days, 4, 5, 6 days a week. It was insane. So really, like, we've really been at it full time.
It's called kind of like a blur, is what it is.
Big time blur. It was nasty, man. It was not even fun. Fun was not part of the equation. Fun was erased. It was divisible by fun.
Divisible,
which is not good. Which makes it's just null. It was not part of our life.
So you quit your day job. You started embracing just the Baa Baa lifestyle, craft beer all the time, and then 6 months after that, the world closes down.
Yeah, and then no. What is crazy is that we had to change our complete operating atmosphere, business plan. Like everything changed because we went from doing like primarily keg beer to how do we put everything we do in cans, including fruited beers, including the rest of that, like Kolsch we had in a 15-barrel tank, including like that beer you're twirling in your hands right now, jam and jelly full of peanut butter and all kinds of great goodness, including all kinds of other things. How do you get people to buy beer in a pandemic when they're not even supposed to leave their house? You get creative. That's what you do.
Very creative.
Especially when you're 40 miles from the city. You get creative and you make crazy stuff.
Well, people
like
are thirsty wherever they are, right? And also, people had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I felt like I know you can speak to you guys, but for us, that when the shutdown first happened, those first 2 months, people were making very informed decisions because it was like, leave your house. I'm gonna go to Baa Baa. I'm gonna go to No Label. I'm gonna go wherever. there's nothing else to do, so you're picking where you're going. And like for us, I know taproom wise, it was like once we switched all to package and made that, everything was fine. It wasn't until kind of midway through the lockdown when half of places were open and then all the breweries were closed. Was it like, all right, okay, this isn't fair?
Yeah, and you know, so thankful to our customers. We've been able to basically double our production during COVID time. So I don't know. I have zero answers for how this actually happened, but it did, and now it just continues. The journey continues.
Well, but now you have to make a lot more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the journey has been great, right?
Yeah.
But now you got to figure out how to make more of this. This right here is something. Man, it's so good.
So this is a lot of berries, dark berries, blueberries, blackberries. Honestly, I'll be straight with you. I have no idea what's in that beer because we do so many of these. I just lose track.
Very reassuring.
Dark berries and peanut butter. Let's just leave it at that and see what we think. It's on the label if we really want to know.
I don't know. I mean,
I do get berries, peanut butter. Peanut butter. I do get alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely a lot of berries, but maybe I think I'm reaching for the peanut butter. Regardless, it is really good.
So we learned a lot of these tricks from there's a brewery in California who kind of inspired us to do peanut butter. So we did a collab with them a year or so ago. They taught us a few tricks. The brewery's called King's Brewing Company, Rancho Cucamonga, Southern California, and they gave us the lowdown on peanut butter beer. So this kind of like beer is sort of a homage to them because this is what they taught us to do. Now we put our own spin on it, of course, but
I'm sure that, like, I don't get a big peanut butter taste out of this beer, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Because who wants to drink a peanut butter beer? But whatever the peanut butter did to settle it down to make it as drinkable as it is,
that is fantastic.
Then it's pretty fantastic.
You got to think about in the old days, like peanut butter and jelly together in one jar.
Oh, I dream about that every night.
Right? So this beer is kind of that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a really good label idea. But, whoa. You just blew my mind, man. But this is basically that. So this is like putting peanut butter and jelly into one container and making it whole. It's not perfect. It's not great jelly. It's not great peanut butter. But when you put them together, it's like add some bread and let's party.
Well,
I can dig it. I like it.
It is a very, the thing about these beers, this style of beer, the fruited sours, is that they're probably the most approachable beers for people that are like, oh, I don't like beer. Just try this and see if you like it.
Yeah, for sure. The customer base in a fruited sour versus like a West Coast IPA or I don't know, like a Coors Banquet or some sort of Vienna lager, it's night and day. There's a little bit of overlap, but it's 5%.
Well, what's going on at Baa Baa Brewhouse, man? What's happening next? I mean, you guys just did your 5-year anniversary. You're open on Saturdays, Sundays?
Just Saturdays.
Just Saturdays.
So normal hours are 12 to 8 on Saturdays, and we're just going to keep that going until Fridays open up. So we've got a pretty nice outdoor seating area going on now, and we've got a bar out back now. So kind of thinking like, how do we transition that into Fridays as well as Saturdays? The problem is the brewery's so small that during the week people cannot be there while I'm like schlepping hoses and throwing hot water all over the place. It's not a safe place for people to be. So the reason we're not open is because we just really can't be open during the week. So Saturdays are a great opportunity for people to come out and see what's going on. We do a can release every other weekend. Purchases are online, or you can buy some across the bar. All the beers we put in cans are always on tap. Last weekend, for example, we had 26 beers on tap.
Holy crap.
All ours.
That's it's a lot.
So next weekend we'll have 26 beers on tap again, and pretty much every weekend 26 beers on tap. it's a lot to kind of like keep contained and keep handle of, but it's what we do.
Well, what's the next release that's coming up?
Oh, good question. So we have a pattern. So our pattern is hazy IPA and 2 or 3 fruited sours. Coming up next is a collaboration with a brewery called Sandbox out of Southern California.
Nice.
We do a fruited sour with them, and then we do a hazy IPA, and then we do another fruited sour of our own.
Yeah, man.
I'd be more straight with you if I could keep track of it all, but I
It's a lot of beers, man. I mean,
we just do so many that I have trouble keeping track of them unless I write it down. Even then, it's confusing. So
yeah, no, I get it, man. That's a lot of beers you guys are putting out, and like not like a really small micro nano brewery kind of situation, but I mean, you guys have a decent sized little brew house over there, but you're just pumping out a lot of beers.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this is we'll do 1,000 barrels this year minimum. It's not these fruited beers are not a small project for us. It's not like we're doing 1 keg of each. It's we're doing 7 barrels of each of these beers, which in the grand scheme of things is not a ton, but for our scale, it's that's full capacity. So we're pumping out about 60 barrels a month in fruited beer, and it all sells. And we thank our customers for that, like in massive amounts of thanks.
Well, for those that know, they know Baa Baa Brewhouse is a great place to go drink some good styles of beers. I mean, you guys make one of the best Kolsch's in town.
We've got one on tap now that's dry hopped, which is it's like it's like almost like an Italian Pilsner. It's super smooth, really nice and refreshing.
So you go for the easy drinkers, and then you're coming up with the fruited sours, the smoothies, and all those. So if you've never been out there, check out Baa Baa Brewhouse, man. It's not that far from Houston. And if you're able to get some of the cans, because they sell out pretty much every release that they do.
Get it so you can trade it, or get it so you can drink it, whichever.
Trade two, drink two.
It's a cryptocurrency. It's like beer cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Drink 2, trade 2.
Get 2, trade 2, and
that's
hopefully you get something back in return.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Man, it's been fun, Marcus, man. Thanks for hanging out again.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure, guys. It's been a pleasure.
We still have 1 can we have to drink after the show's over.
That's for the 5th segment that we don't talk about.
Oh, the title of this segment.
Yep. So you can find that online. If you search and put in the right keypad and secret words, you'll find the 5th segment of Drink of Ages radio show. But I mean, I appreciate you hanging out. It's really good. Your beer's, I mean,
solid.
Yeah, I mean, you always end up like in the top 5 of all of like Houston breweries. Like pretty much anytime there's anything, you always see Baa Baa Brewhouse at the top.
Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like, man, it's cool to know you, cool to drink beers with you, and go check them out on Saturdays.
12 to 8.
12 to 8.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Perfecto.
Let's see, Tom. What's going on No Label?
No Label, man. You guys keep on drinking all the beer. We just got 1980 back. Don Jalapeno. It's a peppered beer. Collaboration with Blood Brothers. Sold out. Cali Boy, West Coast IPA.
Hey, I'm wearing my shirt
Sold out.
tonight.
I know. I
Yes.
see it.
The best ribs in town.
We have Murky Myers, our double dry hopped IPA, coming down the pipe. That's Trailers, baby. We also have Kevin's Mom, our IPL. It's true.
It's
Not
Kevin's
that
mom.
Kevin, but I guess it could be any Kevin in the world. All those beers are coming out soon. But right now, you can get Hop Solo. You can get El Carlito, or our Imperial like Weizenbach. And as well as Ginger Ninja, our Ginger Goza, Ginger Citrus Goza. So, but Hop Solo is very good this year. Get it while you can because it features John and I.
I can admit, I will say that it is a really good Hop Solo.
It is the last time we're going to have this label on it, so get it while you can.
I've always enjoyed Hop Solo. So what are the hops this time? What's going on with the Solo?
Belma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But this is the last time you can get this beer with this label. It is going to get a refresh coming up this fall. So If you want to see John and I battling swords on a beer can,
show up on Saturday night next week.
Did I just sell the rest of this beer? Or are we going to have it forever?
Oh, man. No, looking forward to... No, actually, the beer, the last one, yeah, man, it was really good. Belma hopped, very easy drinking. Belma is a weird hop.
Very weird.
Yes.
It's insane.
It kind of surprised me when I'm like, man, what is this? It was like Belma hop. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I had like 6 more.
It's delicious. Oh, and Fiesta Forever's back. So that's our kind of tribute to Negro Modelo. And that's my now go-to drinking beer because it's coming in at 4.6%, which means I can drink it all day, hold a conversation, do meetings and stuff, and still have a beer in my hand.
Nice.
Well, you know how it is because people they want to talk to you all the time, but you're at a brewery, so you need to give them you need to drink a beer. It's a whole thing.
Tom,
everyone's looking at me and waving their hand.
I know I'm out of beer. So, now I want to appreciate everybody listening to tonight's show, hanging out here at House of Blues, and Marcus, appreciate you guys. Baa Baa Brewhouse, the Journey Agents. We're gonna listen to some more of them if you're here. If not, then, man, you can listen to all the old shows sponsored by No Label Brewing Company by going to drinkofagents.com, SoundCloud, iTunes, all those places. Oi, 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 collaboration, Baa Baa Brewhouse, Spin Tap, Drink of Ages, Punks and Pints concert, June 26th.
Can't wait.
What else am I supposed to plug? Oh, yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Talk to everybody next week.
Come on, Dr. Miles.
John Bargerstock from KT Wellness is back with us. And John, tell us how testosterone replacement therapy can be beneficial for those who need it.
Great question. Well, a lot of guys think that it's just treating an area below the belly button region, but actually what it is treating area from head to toe. There's a lot of, symptoms that can creep up over the years because of the deficiency, but really what it helps is a multitude of things. It helps us with our mental clarity and staying focused throughout the day. It helps us avoid fatigue and be energetic throughout the day. Of course, it helps our libido and performance in the bedroom. There's studies that show it's great for the heart. It has a multitude of benefits, and of course there are risks, but the benefits far outweigh those risks.
So that's what you guys do at KT, though. You can come in, get your numbers tested, and see if you're actually a good candidate for this.
Yep. Actually, we make sure everybody qualifies for treatment before we offer that treatment. We don't just allow anyone to come in off the street and get testosterone therapy. It is a therapy, which means we bring people back to normalized, and I like to use the word optimized levels, not just normalized levels. So if they're deficient, we check their number, we verify that with a blood test. There has to be presence of symptoms. And then we put those two pieces of information and decide whether or not this person is a good candidate for treatment.
Well, that's fantastic because John and I, we kind of share birthdays. He's one day before, and we just had it. And so we're getting older, and things aren't, it's not
recovery
quite like it used
time
to be.
is not as quick as it used to be.
No, of course. But no, it's it's something every guy should know their number, where they are now, because with each decade of life, our levels drop anywhere from 10 to 20%. So it's a pretty drastic change, once you hit your late 30s and beyond.
Well, you can find out more information at ktwellness.com, and this portion of the show, the Men's Health Minute, is sponsored by KT Wellness. Unlock your potential.
Thanks, John, for having me.